Kristen. I also go by Ms.Filmingo, and welcome to today's video. I'm so happy you're able to join us today. I'm not at my usual filming location today. That's because I'm traveling. I'm doing some coverage for the annual Montclair Film Festival. I'm doing some interviews, so if you want to, go check that out over on Film Fest Report. I would be so grateful if you guys could show some appreciation for that website. Otherwise, we have a fantastic interview today. Today we are speaking with Silje Evensmo Jacobsen. Silje has a brand new documentary called A New Kind of Wilderness that is set to open in theaters on October 25th. Now, before we jump into our interview, let me give you all a quick rundown of the film. On a small farm in the Norwegian forest, the Payne family seeks a wild and free existence. They practice homeschooling and strive for a closely knit family dynamic in harmony with nature. However, when tragedy unexpectedly strikes the family, it upends their idyllic world and forces them to forge a new path into modern society. Now, I should add, this documentary won the Documentary Grand Jury Prize at this year's Sundance Film Festival. Now that you all know a little bit about the film, let's head on over to my interview with Silje. So thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I watched the film and it's a beautiful documentary. How do you feel about all the reactions? Because this was at Sundance, it's been all sorts of film festivals. Well, what does it mean to you as a filmmaker, seeing it pop up at all these film festivals and seeing a great audience reaction?
Oh, I think that means everything. You know, it's of course that you have you win awards and everything. That's amazing. But that the film festivals will take it in, and that I know that people will see it around the world. I know that's why we do this. You know, we want our work to be shown and to be seen and to appreciate it in different ways. So it means a lot. I'm very grateful and happy for it.
Yeah, of course. So I have to ask, I'm sure you've gotten this question a million times. How did you come across the Payne family?
Yeah, the mother in the family, she had a blog. She was a renowned photographer, and she captured their family, the way they lived, homeschooling, self-sufficiency, their journeys toward wild and free lifestyle. So she had this blog with her photos and stories from their everyday life, and I met them and I filmed them for a day, and I pitched it to have a documentary series following them. But it didn't come up with anything. So after a couple of years, then when she was sick, and then she passed away just a couple of months afterwards, I really wanted to make her stories and visuals into something. But now it was a different layer. It was them going through grief, them adjusting to the changes. It was different things that was coming to the film than originally planned.
Yeah, of course. So is there anything you learned as a filmmaker, or maybe nothing as a filmmaker like on set, but something that you learned personally from the Payne family?
I think I learn in every film I do, in every person I meet, and in every story we tell, we learn something personally. And I think as well, what I maybe learned, I think it's just really appreciate the small things in life, not being just, we get so into the modern wheel trying to hang on, you just wanting to see our next step instead of being present. And the way I saw the children and Nick and also Maria before she passed away, how they really tried to live in the moment and be there with the children as well, to appreciate the small moments in life. I've tried to take it in with my life. Of course, it's hectic with traveling around the film, but yeah. I think I have it, yeah.
Well, the film is shot very beautifully, with the cinematography and the editing. Can you discuss the editing process as well as the cinematography process?
Yeah, I think because when we follow in process in real life, you never know really what you're gonna get. But what I do, I actually have a full script that I start with, and that's more like what I presume will happen, what I believe will happen, and also, of course, I knew that her photos and story would be a part of the film, so that was included. And then as I go along and film, it changes. It changes naturally after filming, and at the end, I actually have the editing script. Right. And then we go in the editing room and we edit the film, and then after they followed my script, then we start to puzzle. So I had two great editors. They're really really good storytellers. They also have their way of their own, and I got mine. And then we work together, trying to see how it managed, because it is a film that's really depending on one scene and the other to make it a whole package. It's like the man in a way is not get too sentimental or not too super. You need to have the really right balance. So it was hard work, but I think we managed eventually. Just want to ask the cinematography. It was partly during COVID, so
Okay.
I was there like 60% by myself, and I think that was also one of the reasons that I got a lot of intimate shots, just being present with them alone. And they were so used to the camera because of their mother being filming them, so it was really a gift just to following them, being so natural in front of the camera. And for like if it was more difficult filming, then I would have a DCP with me just to DOP to help me with it.
Yeah, of course. So how long did the whole process take to put together?
3 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Yeah,
Um,
but we that's how we work, so we're used to it, and we
yeah,
do different things at the same time. So
yeah, of course.
yeah.
But you talked about just now previously just living in the moment and stuff. Do you have a favorite moment from filming with the children and the Payne family?
Oh yeah, I got many moments, and honestly, a lot of the moments were not in the film eventually because we had to cut it out. But I can say one that it's on the camera and one that's not on the camera, and I
Yeah, please
think
share.
the one on the camera was in the beginning. It was Freya, one of the girls in the family, the daughters of Maria, who passed away. It was her first birthday without her mother, and
Oh.
yeah, and her father just made this really like wooden spoon to her.
Mm-hmm.
And when she unwrap it, it's like when you picture a 10-year-old, especially like at least my kids and everything, if they get a wooden spoon to their birthday, 10-year-old, they'll be like, "What is this?" But the way she appreciated it and the way she opened it, I was so grateful to get a wooden spoon for her
Oh.
birthday. That just that's everything about them, I think. So that was a
Yeah.
really it was heartbreaking and a nice moment at the same time.
Yeah.
And and another moment was like when Wolfie, the youngest boy, he was 6 years old. We filmed this, but we didn't use it in the film. But they went out ice fishing, like making a hole in the ice, and he made the hole. He put down his like fishing gear. He took up a fish. He killed the fish. He cleaned the fish. He took it on the stove and he ate the fish.
Oh my
And he was just
gosh.
like, and he was 6 years old, and all the way he went through it, like, was so natural for him, and just being so enjoying that fish so much that he's been like all the part of the process of getting. That was also an amazing moment, but unfortunately it went out at the editing it the last time.
Oh, that's too bad. But it sounds incredible. I wouldn't be able to do that as a 6-year-old, but that's amazing for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, I know, I know. And I think they're so attached to the nature and what's natural with them. They can go around, pick out flowers and to see what you can eat and not. And people is like, but do we really need that now? And I think, yeah,
Yeah.
we have been so detached to all that's natural around us. And I think it's so important that we maybe stop for a moment to think that we are all natural individuals. We're humans and we should relate and connect to the nature more. It's a part of us, but we just disconnected to it a bit.
Right, of course. Now, aside from the film, I would love to get to know you more as a filmmaker. Um, why is the filmmaking important to you, and why specifically is documentary film important to you?
Oh, I could go on and on, so I try to keep it short. But I think I always picture like story. I've always visualized story, even if when I was a kid and when I read stories or when I heard about things, I always made it like to visualize it in my head as a film. And I think it's a great way to tell so important and exciting and strange and interesting stories because you have like sound, you have music, you have the photo, you have like so many layers in a film. So we have like I'm really privileged to be able to tell stories to the world, and I think it's a really privilege and an important thing as a filmmaker that we need to consider that our position is to tell stories. So I think it's so important, and it's so important that it's a contrast to like all the celebrity things going in reality TV shows, all the things that we see in television. I think we really need something contrary to the TikTok, to the superficial, to
Yes.
the yeah, and documentary. I don't know. I think I've just always been drawn to real people, real life, real stories. I think it's so important that we, children, adults, everybody get to see real stories with real people, with humanism, and things are not black and white. People are not black and white. It's not in good and bad. It's like So yeah, I think we need that in our life, and I hope people also will watch it and appreciate it, and not just have like the all commercial stuff that's getting out there. So
There's a definitely a humane like presence. It's just so different, like what you just said that I normally see from like watching like I don't know something like you see like on The Masked Singer or like the Kardashians or the D'Amelios. This is something that's very humane and just beautifully told. So my final question for you is what is next for you as a filmmaker? Are you filming anything else that involves documentary film or are you working on a narrative piece?
no, I only work with documentary for now, and not only been, but you actually I've turned the camera the other way. I'm filming on my children, my family,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
I always said that I never do it because a lot of filmmakers do because it's easy access. But we have this in my family. My parents-in-law they received like a package every Christmas for 22 years, and it's at Christmas, and it comes a package and 6 Christmas gifts that's spreading to the whole family,
Okay.
and they received it for 22 years, but they can't find out who it is. So my children, like for a couple of years ago, they were like, "We're gonna be detectives and find out who it is." So it's like a children family doc, but it's because the package arrived when the brother of my husband took his own life.
Oh gosh.
So it's also the way children will experience talk about loss, talk about again we have grief and loss like my other film, but I think it's important something in a way that children experienced it and
Yeah, definitely.
wrapped it in a sort of like exciting Christmas tale. So I never seen anything like it. I never made anything like it. So we'll see. But I think it will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be interested in checking that out as well. So thank you so much for your time. It was a great honor to speak with you.
Thank you. Thank you for you taking your time speaking with me.
That's going to wrap up my interview with Silje. Thank you all so much for checking it out. And be sure to check out her documentary, A New Kind of Wilderness, out in theaters starting October 25th. That's going to conclude today's video. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video and subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to bring you more videos like this in the future. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.